All right, it's time to go racing once again. Heat number 1. Steven Seams and Brandon Murphy have the front row. Austin Thornton, Matt Moniak on the second. Michael Cray and Kenny Storkson have the third row. Kyle McRecken, Martin and Chance Maderick on the fourth. Andrew Thornton and Austin Edwards rounding out the field. Just waiting on Kenny Storkson to put his beer down and hop in the car. Front row starters have not had a lot of luck here tonight. Could that turn around here? And if anybody wants to make a prediction in the comments on this one, we would love to hear it. Storkson finally put his beer down and made it to the car. Everybody on the grid, they are rolling. John Barry predicting Andrew Thornton for the heat win here. Matt Moniak predicting to win his heat with also getting that prediction from Scott. Pace car is in. Heat number 1. Green flag is in the air. Heat number 1 underway. Storkson quickly to the high side. 3 wide through 1 and 2. We've got one around. It's Andrew Thornton. Steven Seams holds on for the lead. But he is getting swarmed. They are 3 wide everywhere. Oh, Lana Bang and Chance gets knocked up the track. Seams still in the lead, 3 wide behind. Austin Thornton clears traffic briefly, but Moniak up on the high side now cuts to the bottom. Chance Maderick has had a problem. Steven Seams is around at the front. Moniak to the lead. See if we can see what happened with Seams a moment ago. Heading off into turn number 1. And looks like he was a hair loose. Austin was there, but look at the skill. Everybody driving right by. Moniak still in the lead. Austin Thornton in second. Austin Edwards in third. Kyle Martin has had a problem and Steven Seams has gone to pit road. Storkson now to fourth. Cray in fifth. Murphy in sixth. The Bullring King back in seventh. Andrew Thornton in eighth. McRecken in ninth. 2 laps to go in heat number 1. Moniak out front. Austin versus Austin right behind. Kenny Storkson closing in. White flag is in the air. Oh, Austin Thornton is around. Edwards is in the infield. And Matt Moniak will win heat number 1. He stopped. He stopped at the start-finish line. Kenny Storkson comes home second. Cray in third. Heat number 2. Andrew Jones and Brad Ronning on the front row. Ryan McDaniel and Zane Bierman on the second. David Lux, Richie Joplin on the third. Ethan Wolf, Levi Johnson on the fourth. Edmund Jones and Chris Johnson round out the field. Interesting to note, Matt Moniak has won Heat 1 in both races here tonight. Andrew Jones was sent to the tail end. John Barry predicting Zane Bierman for the win in Heat 2. Hey, look at the back of the field. It's Johnson and Johnson. Scott predicting Richie Joplin or Edmund Jones here tonight. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, spin at the mid-pack. Right off the green flag, Zane Bierman has problems. Ryan McDaniel still out front, but David Lux looks underneath. Lux now to the lead. Ethan Wolf on the attack. Richie Joplin looking, a little contact off into 3. Edmund Jones now to 5th, Chris Johnson in 6th. Let's take a look really quick at what happened with Bierman on the start. Zane in the 55 on the high side. Oh, he gets a good jump but has to check up, and Richie had nowhere to go. Yeah, we'll blame this one on John Barry. He jinxed Zane. At least in this instance, they cannot blame the commentator's curse. Chris Johnson on the move now, up into 4th after starting in 10th. David Lux, though, out front. Ethan Wolf, we have seen him in these bigger cars. He is tough to beat. And Richie Joplin lurking right behind. Richie slides up in 1 and 2. Chris looking underneath. Edmund lurking right behind. Ethan Wolf looks on the high side now. Tries to go. There may have been contact. Lux is around. And Chris Johnson capitalizes on the chaos to take the lead. Ethan Wolf holding on to 2nd, Richie in 3rd, Edmund in 4th. White flag is in the air one more time around for Heat 2. Short track racing under the lights. We've seen a lot of banging here tonight. But out of turn 4, Chris Johnson will pull off the win. Well, Scott, I have to agree that there's not a curse, but I get blamed for a lot. So, on to the warm-up. The drivers have just a few minutes left to go. Kenny, you might want to slow down there, buddy. You almost missed the grid. Drivers begin heading out for their last chance to get a feel for the car, find their way around the track. McRacken out, Ryan McDaniel on track, Levi Johnson, Andrew Jones, Richie Joplin, Steven Seams, just no luck. Chance Maderick, Andrew Thornton also out. Andrew having an interesting night. Scott, you know, saying things like that, I can go back and look, right? Definitely throwing some hands in the heats tonight. Storkson makes a good point, and you know, it is short track racing under the lights here in Vegas. A lot of bumping and grinding and a lot of tempers likely flaring. Probably a good call, Scott. Several drivers have not gone out on track yet. Richie Joplin, Matt Moniak, Zane Bierman, Michael Cray, and Edmund Jones. David Lux now out. Brandon Murphy out. Levi Johnson about to come out. Austin Edwards, though, currently tops the board. Interesting to note, the admins are currently in a meeting. It looks like it has been a rough night, and the admins are discussing some of the incidents. Hey, good evening, Tanya. Chris Johnson just banged in a faster lap with about a minute left to go. Surprisingly, nobody in the... Oh, no, I stand corrected. Does look like Storkson is in the infield playing, working on his donut skills. Man, if he wins tonight, we will see the most epic donuts ever. He has been working on it. Oh! Chris Johnson got a little bit of a tap from Chance. Looks like the last few seconds of warm-up have turned into a session to vent your frustrations. Wow. Well, they don't call him McReckon for nothing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have waited all night long for, the feature event here in Vegas. Matt Moniak and Chris Johnson have the front row, Kenny Storkson and Ethan Wolf on the second. Michael Cray, Richie Joplin have the third row, Brandon Murphy, Edmund Jones on the fourth, Austin Edwards and Levi Johnson round out your top 10. Austin Thornton starting in 11th with Ryan McDaniel in 12th. Andrew Thornton in 13th, Brad Ronning in 14th. Kyle McReckon Martin in 15th, Andrew Jones in 16th. Chance Maddox 17th, Zane Bierman in 18th, Steven Seams in 19th. David Lux rounds out the 20-car field here in Vegas. Just in time, Scott. Just in time. Matt Moniak out front will start this one. Matt Moniak currently second in points, 1 point behind Edmund. However, he did get another heat win here tonight, which should move him ahead of Edmund, at least for the moment. Lap 1, Scott. We'll see a 4-wide attempt on lap 1. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. They are down and away. The feature here at the Bullring is under. Holy cow! What the heck happened? Before they even got to turn 1, anarchy broke out. That one's a new one, even on me. Chance Maddox, Ryan McDaniel involved. Ryan up on the high side. Chance on the ball. Chance gets a bump, I believe, from Steven Seams. And then the stack up begins. Richie Joplin was briefly in the air. And a large number of the field caught up in this one. McReckon tried to make it through. Was he? Yeah, he was able to get it wound up. And Richie Joplin, oh, he had to check up for Ethan Wolf. He just got bumped everywhere. Richie Joplin was a ping pong ball in that one. Matt Moniak unaffected out front, but Austin Edwards, Richie Joplin, Andrew Jones, Ryan McDaniel, Brad Ronning, Zane Bierman, Kyle Martin, Steven Seams, and Chance Maddox all involved. And to answer Scott Snodgrass's earlier question, lap 1 was the first time they went 4 wide. Granted, some of them were in the air 4 wide, but they were 4 wide. We can only hope, John. We can only hope. Lights are out on the pace car. Matt Moniak in control on the restart. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Moniak is away. No stack up into one this time. Everybody's rolling. Too wide all the way through the field at the moment. Chris Johnson underneath Storkson for second. McRecken on his way up toward the front. Brandon Murphy, holy cow! Stack up 3 and 4. We've got cars flying. Caution back out. I was about to say Brandon Murphy made it through that first incident. Picked up a bunch of spots, but I think he lost a few. Chris Johnson up on the high side down the back straightaway and comes down across Storkson's nose. Ryan McDaniel nowhere to go. Chance Maddock was caught up in that first incident. And Andrew Thornton was sideways right in front of him. He just had nowhere to go. Andrew back mid-pack. McRecken right on his bumper. And, oh, Brandon Murphy was sideways. Andrew just straightened him out. Ryan McDaniel was up on the high side. He gets down. Almost made it through, but Chris Johnson was in the way. Definitely an interesting start to the night. Thank you for the stars, Tina. Lights are back out on the pace car. Pace car is in single file on the restart. Green flag is back in the air. Moniak leads them away. Michael Craig currently in second. Ethan Wolf in third. Brandon Murphy has had a problem back behind. Caution is back out, lap 14. Brandon Murphy, Andrew Jones involved. Brandon was starting to make some ground up here. Gets off into turn one. Nowhere to go. Has to check up hard. Edmund Jones nowhere to go. He holds the brakes on the high side, and Andrew Jones just no. There's just not enough track to avoid everything. Andrew Jones just goes way up to the high side. Looked like he actually got bumped into turn one up top. Brandon Murphy and Andrew Jones both went to pit road on that one. Matt Moniak started in the lead, has led every lap so far, just staying out of trouble. Everything has happened behind him. Michael Cray in second, Ethan Wolf third, Austin Thornton fourth, Levi Johnson in fifth. David Lux now up 14 spots into sixth. McRecken in seventh, Ryan McDaniel in eighth, Zane Bierman ninth. The Bullring King, Chance Maddock in 10th. Pace car back in, single file restart again. Green is back in the air. Moniak gets another good launch, couple of car links in. Ryan McDaniel had an amazing launch off into turn one. Picked up a couple of spots already. Ryan now up into 8th, trying to run down McRecken. Austin Thornton now up into 4th after starting in 11th. Several cars here have made it through despite being caught up in incidents. A battle now between Levi Johnson and David Lux. Lux clears on the bottom. David Lux now up 15 spots into 5th. Zane Bierman, Ryan McDaniel battling for 8th. Chance Maddock right on the bumper. Bierman clears, Chance gets underneath. Matt Moniak just set the fastest lap of the race so far. Ethan Wolf, though, has moved to second. And a big stack up back behind as Andrew Thornton and Ryan McDaniel battle. Zane Bierman looking underneath. Storkson trying to make his way back toward the front as well. Richie Joplin underneath. Ryan McDaniel got stuck up on the high side. Couldn't get anywhere, and McRecken is in trouble. Kyle McRecken Martin going in. Oh, McRecken's connection is going. Caution is out. Caution is out. Lap 27. Looks like Zane Bierman, Richie Joplin, and Kenny Storkson involved. Zane down on the bottom underneath Edmond into turn one. Just pushes up. Had to get out of the throttle. Richie Joplin and Kenny Storkson right behind. Zane goes around. Neither one of them, they tried to check up, but both end up getting together and going for a spin. Zane Bierman and Kenny Storkson both had to tow to pit road. Scott, Matt definitely has had a good hot rod tonight. He's been able to keep Ethan Wolf in his mirror so far. No easy task. Michael Cray still lurking in third. Austin Thornton in fourth. David Lux up 15 spots into fifth. Kyle McRecken Martin in sixth. The Bullring King, Chance Maddock in 7th, up 10 spots now. Levi Johnson in 8th, Edmund Jones 9th, Andrew Thornton in 10th. Ryan McDaniel now in 13th, Brandon Murphy in 14th, and Steven Seams and 15th, all three involved in early incidents trying to fight their way back. Have a great night, John. Lights are back out on the pace car. It looks like they will continue going single file. Just shy of halfway here at the Bullring. Tonight, the name the Bullring definitely fits. Moniak in control once again. Green back in the air, and Moniak majorly gets a big launch. Kyle Martin already looking under Lux. Several cars starting to make moves underneath down the back straightaway. Chris Johnson, Edmund Jones coming forward. David Lux, for the moment, able to hold Kyle off. Moniak still breathing room, about a car length between him and Wolf. But Ethan closed that gap out of 2. Oh, right. Oh, he gets into him. He didn't slam him, he didn't nudge him, he didn't bump him. He rubbed him. And rubbing is racing. You got to give it to Ethan. He could have taken the position, backed off, let Moniak gather it up. Brandon Murphy starting to move forward again, now in 13th. Levi Johnson just ahead in 12th. Austin Edwards currently running in 10th. And it looks like Chance Maderick has lost connection, as Austin Edwards now underneath Andrew Thornton battling through 1 and 2. Matt Moniak opened the door in 3 and 4. Ethan Wolf is going for the lead. 26 laps to go. Moniak slides back down into 2nd. Kyle Martin now underneath Austin Thornton, starting to attack. Martin takes 4th, sets his sights on Michael Cray in 3rd. Andrew Thornton now up in 10th, but a big mess in front of him. Austin Thornton, Austin Edwards battle side by side. Ethan Wolf still has the lead, but Moniak still right on the bumper. Kyle Martin trying to find a run on Maderick. Richie Joplin back in 12th, not gaining any ground on 11th place. Levi Johnson. Brandon Murphy in 13th. Ryan McDaniel at 14th. Something has gone wrong with Cray, and caution. Caution is back out for an incident involving Michael Cray. Let's see what happened. Oh, McCracken gets right to his bumper, looks down underneath. And oh, David Lux just, as Craig comes up, Lux gets a huge run into his bumper. Ryan McDaniel has gone into pit road for the moment. That car had a lot of damage early on. Looks like he's going to try and get it fixed, see if he can make something happen. Ethan Wolf now in the lead with Matt Moniak in second. Kyle Martin in third, David Lux in fourth. Chris Johnson giving Lux a little love tap. Should be getting one to green this time by. There has been a lot of bumping, banging, moving, slamming, spinning, and everything else out here on track tonight. Under the lights, short track racing, and you know some of these tempers are about to explode. Pace car is in. Ethan Wolf in control. They fire a green back in the air. Ethan gets clear into the lead. Now McCracken underneath. And 3 wide mid-pack. Oh, big spin in 3 and 4. Caution is out with 14 to go. Edmund Jones, Chris Johnson involved. And it continues onto the front stretch. Let's see what the heck happened here. All battling side by side into turn. Oh, Edmund just gets a run into Moniak. Edmund ends up going around and the chaos continues. They stack up. Chris Johnson gets hit a couple of times. He goes around with Austin Thornton, Richie Joplin, and Ryan McDaniel had nowhere to go. He was pinched and ended up going straight into Austin. Brandon Murphy, Richie Joplin both get a piece of it as well. Steven Seams down on the bottom just gets underneath Murphy. Maderick ends up going two-wheeling. Chance Maderick underneath almost makes it. Austin Thornton backing up just puts him up on his left sides. And that definitely had a big shakeup on the field. Ethan Wolf still has the lead. Kyle Martin now in second. Austin Edwards now in third. Chris Johnson in fourth. Levi Johnson in fifth. Brandon Murphy now up into sixth. Moniak all the way back to seventh. Richie Joplin in eighth. Steven Seams in 9th and Chance Maderick in 10th. Pace car is back in single file restart. Green flag is back in the air, 9 to go at the line. Top 4 stays single file. Everybody else starting to battle back behind. Matt Moniak now looks underneath Brandon Murphy. Steven Seams currently holding on to 10th. Chance Maderick majorly attacking. Maderick now up to 8th. Austin Edwards has slipped by McRacken into 2nd. Levi Johnson currently holding on to 5th. Moniak now back up to 6th. Maderick in 7th. Ethan Wolf, though, 5 laps to go, has Austin Edwards all over the bumper. Kyle Martin also lurking right behind Chris Johnson, about a car length back. Chance Maderick still trying to make his way forward. And Austin Edwards on the attack. He is going to the lead. Contact between Wolf and Kyle. More contact. McRacken takes 2nd. Chris Johnson underneath. 2 laps to go for Austin Edwards. Caution. Caution is out. We'll get a green-white checkered. Austin Thornton, Brad Ronning involved in this one. Down the front straightaway into turn. Oh, there was a big stack up. Andrew Thornton involved. Andrew checking up a little bit, trying to get around. Oh, he gets into Seams, checks up, and just gets a couple more love taps. Tina, you're definitely right. It has been a tough night for the entire field. I don't think any of these cars have gone undamaged tonight. Well, Andrew, is your night over? That got a little dicey, but it looked like your car was okay.
Right front out of it, and I've got about 12 minutes of required repairs, so I'm going to come call the green-white checkered with you, buddy.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Well, looking at the field as they are now, who do you pick for this one?
So this may surprise you, man. Knowing the top 3, being Edwards, McRacken, Chris, and Wolf, man, Moniak might sneak through and win after all the calamity.
That is a distinct possibility. Moniak definitely had a hot car tonight. Just a little bit of bad luck. Edmund getting his bumper.
Well, you know, if he'd go a little bit faster, we wouldn't have these problems, would we?
You know, it's been a running joke that that Moniak somehow ends up getting a reel made for him every week, and tonight it's going to be 2 or 3.
He's keeping the streak alive.
I guess so. 90% of them, though, are not his fault. Somebody else hits him, like we saw tonight.
Everybody has hit everybody tonight. I don't think there's anybody that's innocent.
Oh, that is definitely the case. There is not an undamaged car out there. Well, here we go, Andrew. Pace car is in. Single file restart on this one. Definitely gives the advantage to Austin Edwards. Green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go. Maderick still trying to attack. You can see that car sliding there. Single file, though, the top 5. Nobody has an advantage. White flag in the air one more time around. Doesn't even look like McRacken can get to Austin at this point. And it's not going to matter what he does. Austin Edwards wins at the Bullring. And
there we go. That's the track name.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it, and then Austin went for his signature drift, and then didn't. Just couldn't get the drift right tonight, I guess.
Well, I will say that was probably the most melodramatic finish, compared to what I had expected out of those 4 up front.
I have to agree there. That was, wow. I really expected a lot more than what we saw there at the end. I expected a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, and it just goes to show why Austin doesn't need to run with us every week, man. Super part-timer shows up twice and brings home 2 trophies.
That is definitely the case. Well, thanks for joining us, and great race tonight, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
Let's talk to our top 3, starting with 3rd place, Ethan Wolf. Ethan, what a night.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting to make this, I'm not gonna lie. I had another league before this, and I was like, wait, let me check out the stream and see if they did the late models yet, and I'll just run it for fun. And for a track like this, it was a little messier than I thought it'd be, but it wasn't bad. I just got a little too tight there at the end and didn't really have anything for these guys.
You and Moniak had quite a battle going on up front, but man, to come on with a podium after tonight is definitely impressive.
Yeah, Matt was doing the same thing that David was doing to me in the heat race, and I told David here in Discord, if you're blocking me, I'm gonna wreck you, just because I don't like people blocking on short tracks. And then I thought, well, it's for the lead, and I have a chance to win this, so I guess I won't wreck him. But I told him how I felt about it on the racetrack, and he shot me a message under a caution and said I'm probably gonna pass him really quick, and then kind of dominated the middle part of the race there, and those single file starts were really kind of hurting me more than what double file would have. So I'll take a 3rd and hope I can make next week.
Well, great job, man. Great finish. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Kyle McRacken Martin coming home in 2nd. McRacken, you definitely earned the nickname tonight.
Oh yeah, it's the Bullring. Yeah, we had to come out and show. Congrats to the win on Austin. He saved more time than I did. I thought I was saving most of the time. Austin just drove out of my life in those last 2 laps. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, he just always has some sort of trick up his sleeve, it seems.
Yeah, I missed the corner once when I was trying to set up a run on Ethan. He got by me, and I'm like, I'll just stick right with him. Well, that didn't work on that last restart. So, congrats to him. Congrats to Ethan. He led a good race, but me and Austin saved a little bit more tire than him, but Austin definitely more than me. So, oh boy, this was a fun one. Started to the back, hit everything but the pace car and the snack bar.